then notice that. Don't be a bitch. Be like, oh God, why is she wearing that? Or who's that? All right. So every time I notice myself being, this is many years ago. I am proud of the fact that I changed this because that was not a good place to be in my head. All right. So when you have a thought that you notice isn't the nicest and it's a little judgmental and it's a little bit of a bitch, guy or girl, why are you saying that about someone else when you don't know them? Or do you know them? Or why is it? What is it about you? What is it about it that bothers you so much? Because it's usually something within yourself. So, I mean, you don't have to get that deep with it anytime you have a bitchy comment in your head. But what you can do is notice it. All right, as I'm going to pour this, you can notice it. Every time you notice that you are being an asshole, change it. Be like, oh, that was really mean. I don't even know why I thought that of her. And think of something nice that can reverse it. Just think of something else. Even if in the beginning you're obviously making yourself think of something nice, it's not just a natural thing coming in for everybody anyway. But sometimes you have to do stuff on purpose to change the brain patterns, or change your wiring system you have going on in there. I think it takes 21 days. I'm going to say 21 days. I'm totally guessing on that. It's 21 days or something to actually rewire your brain to think a different way and have it become natural. So if you are having trouble with someone, if you just make yourself at least consciously do it look that up, please. I could be wrong. I feel like it's a month or something. Ooh, let's add some glitter. Oh, it's blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. All right. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Oh, wait, look. Okay, hold on. All right. So, and you change the way your brain thinks. So every time I found myself being a bitch, I tried to think of something that was nice, oh, that was really mean, but she has awesome hair, dude. I wish I had hair like that. Look at how fucking awesome it's cut. It's beautiful. And then it just lessens. You start to only think of the things when you notice people, you become aware that things you notice are nice and things you're appreciative of. And then me with my big mouth and my Leo moon that just is a ham in everything that I do. Those of you who do astrology. I am very outspoken. Not that I was outspoken when it was the bitchy comments. I did keep that to myself, usually. But, again, with the bartending thing, I don't have it back. Somebody comes in, I'm gonna tell them exactly what I think right away because I don't have time to do otherwise. I don't have time to sit there and get to know you and know your personality and what you need and your wants and what your inner emotions are going through there. I mean, I can do it in a minute, but sometimes they just need to know how it goes right away. Okay, so I found myself with all those things, and I was thinking of people starting to say it out loud, I really like your shoes, they're really awesome, and then I just became a fountain of compliments. And the thing is that they're genuine, and when they're genuine and they come from the heart, I mean, sometimes with me they're weird because I'm a Virgo, so I'll notice the stitching on somebody's inner color of their their freaking code or something, but they're genuine. And I like when sometimes someone comes in another time and because if I see people repeat and I'll say something to them, they'll be like, you totally told me that last time. At least I'm consistent. At least if I see something and I don't remember you, I'm totally consistent with liking the same thing the next time. So, it's genuine. But it's just such, and then the more you do it, the more it becomes habit, and the happier you are, the more you start appreciating what other people have around you that's beautiful and different. And sometimes you say something to somebody that they really appreciate. I've said something to dudes with nose rings. Oh, I like your nose ring. It's on the same side as me. Not that many people have it as a dude, let alone this side for some reason. I just happen to get that side. My sister got the other side. And And, you know, dude says back to me, like, thanks. Like, I really, really appreciate that. You know, I was riding on the subway today, and this girl got up before she left, and she just looked at me and went, oh, time to grow up and take your nose ring out, isn't it? I, like, walked off the subway. He's like, I've been feeling bad about that for hours. He's like, thank you so much. You totally just made my night. So, see? No, I mean, with me, it's just because I spew it out. Sometimes I should hold it back a bit, but I mean, when it's genuine, sometimes it goes where it needs to go. There's a saying in, oh, can I remember it? There's a saying in the Ching, and it's, wait. Prophets are liars too, or something are prophets and liars too. Like, you're prophets in every person, every sign, every animal, everything. There's signs and symbols and, you know, direction. And then there, you know, they could be the same people that are lying, you know. Everyone has the angel and the devil on them. It's finding the balance and being aware of both so that you're conscious of which is the good point in the middle to go, you know? Don't ever just put your face at either one. That just ignores it and doesn't deal with it and doesn't move forward from it at all. That's just being an ostrich and sticking your head in the sand, pretending it doesn't exist. It doesn't work. That doesn't move you forward. Okay, let's continue with this. Mix. Alright, so I'm gonna definitely have to get more of this. It's gonna be an expensive project, I'm telling you, if you're making one of these. I would suggest you maybe go to AC More and go online and get that coupon, because it gets you 50% off of one thing, and this stuff is like 30-something bucks, so at least you can get a half price. But if you buy them handmade, they're a couple $100. And if you go online and get the crappy, like, mass-produced ones that are the same, like, 4 designs that everyone has, they're still not that cheap. Like $60 or something. So, you're still getting a half-price toilet. It's a custom-made toilet. Don't ask me. Me and my weird ideas. Oh, by the way, while I'm mixing, this stuff is really hurtable to get off. Totally don't use my example of how to do this. You should have gloves on. I am at least outside, which is good. When I mentioned orgonite before, this is an example of an orgonite that I made. There's a big old, like, quartz cluster of amethyst in this guy. That's why it comes up a little bit. I'll explain. That's a whole other thing I can explain later. Okay, so back to the toilet seat and your mind pattern. So, I mean, think about it. I mean, isn't it a nicer place to be when you're coming from a place of, like, genuine truth, and the thoughts that you're thinking are pretty and uplifting to people and helpful, and sometimes you don't even know it and you can do something that's cool. But, like, first you gotta change yourself. So, you know, if you find yourself judging people a lot, you're never gonna ever know anybody fully. Everybody's such a... I've got some weird stuff in here. Every person is such a blend of so many different characteristics, from what they're brought up to believe and how willing they are to change, which I can say that you have to be willing to change. The only thing in this world that is consistent is change. So how good are you on getting on the ride of life, man? Don't get stuck. Why are you here if you're stuck? I've totally been stuck. It's hard to get off sometimes, but sometimes you gotta get up and decide to make a toilet seat cover for yourself. I have so many puns in my head that I can think, but I already had that video with the pussy comment. I don't want to